So,
Live in three, two,
all right.
and a one.
All right. Hit me. Let's meet this guy.
Oh,
What's up?
so live in three. Okay.
Okay, we're rolling. 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
First thought that pops into his head? Don't overthink it.
Okay. All right. Hey, Dr. Maya. I know I scheduled you today, so I wanted to go ahead and pop in and have a chat. It's a lot going on in my life right now, and I think that I just need somebody to talk to and get a little bit of this excess energy off my chest.
Okay. Excess energy. That's a good start. So, 3 weeks from a sentencing hearing, is it? Is that the source of like the excess energy, or is there other stuff bubbling up too?
Yeah. No, it's a 3 weeks out. I already got sentenced. You know what's crazy? When they sentenced me, I was just like, how? Like, look at me. I'm handsome. I'm buff. How could you send someone like me to a place like that?
Ah, right. The delusion is strong with this one. So, the sentence is already handed down, and now it's settling in. And the initial reaction is surprise, mixed with a healthy dose of self regard. Is that fair to say?
I mean,
Okay.
if if that's what you want to call it, Doc, I just feel like the judge, he was biased because if I had been like a pretty blonde with like double D's, he would have gave me a warning.
Okay, so we're leaning into the bias judge angle. It's a defense mechanism, right? Easier to blame the system than to say, acknowledge a bad decision. Does he genuinely believe that, or is he just testing the waters, seeing how I'll react to this line of thinking?
No, I genuinely believe that. I honestly believe that. Honestly, I mean, why would I not? I'm this. Listen, Doc Maya. Listen,
I'm
I
listening.
am, I am a 2.5 average student at a great college, right? I can shotgun a beer. I can literally shotgun a beer. You don't send somebody that can shotgun a beer to jail. There's no beers in jail.
Okay, the ability to shotgun a beer is a key character trait. And the logic is no beers in jail, therefore, jail is illogical for a beer shotgunning college student. Is that the connection? Because honestly, King, that's a choice. I mean,
Doc,
it's a pretty.
Doc? I feel like you're kind of like blaming me for my situation. Like, whose side are you on?
Whoa, hold on. Blaming you. No, I'm just pointing out the, let's call it creative logic at play here. I'm a therapist, not a judge. I'm here to unpack the thought process, not condemn it. And honestly, if someone genuinely thinks their beer shotgunning skills should have swayed a judge, that's worth exploring, right? So, whose side am I on? I'm on the side of understanding what makes this character tick. Are you upset that I'm challenging your reasoning?
I don't think I'm upset, Doc. I mean, honestly, when I look at the situation, right? Can we go back? Can we go back a few weeks, Doc? Can we talk about a few weeks back and like how this all started? Honestly,
Absolutely. Take me back. A few weeks. What was happening then? Just lay it out for me. Don't worry about being coherent, just the raw details.
all right, I got you, Doc. By the way, I am already in character, Doc Maya, so you should be in character too.
Noted.
Now, um, let's go back a few weeks, right? So this is what happened, right? So my guy hits me up and he's like, "Yo, King, what you got doing? What you got going later on?" I'm like, yo, I got nothing really going. I know what I'm saying. I had some stuff I should study for, but you know how school is, doc. It's just school. You ain't gotta take it serious. I mean, as long as you get a C and you graduate, you good. So that's how I feel about school, right? I didn't really care about school that much. So my boy like, hey yo, you know what you got going later on? I'm like, I ain't really got much going on. You got a party or something we could fade through or something like that? He like, nah, I ain't really got no party like that, but I do gotta play. I'm like, okay, you gotta play. I'm like, well, I ain't really trying to see like the Nutcracker or nothing right now, cause I'm not really a play dude. You know, like I went to Broadway once, and the singing was just really loud. The thing is that even at the Broadway, I had my AirPods in, cause I thought like you're supposed to watch them while listening to your own music. But from what I heard, that's not what you're supposed to do. But even with like I was listening to like 6ix9ine, and even over the screaming of him, I could still hear them. So I'm not really a play guy. And my boy was like, that's not what I meant. He like, by play, what I'm saying is I got something that'll make you some money. I'm like, oh, that munyon. You talking about funds. You talking about dinero. You talking about cheese, cheddar, mozzarella. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, what's the play? He like, yo, I got a package for you. I want you to run it. I'm like, what you mean run it? Like treadmill? Like you want me to get on a treadmill with the package? Is it heavy? Like how much it weigh? And he like, no, bozo. I want you to run it to a destination, A to Z. I'm like, well, why am I skipping letters? Why don't I do A, B, C, D, E, F? And he's like, shut up. When I say A to Z, you are doing those letters. I'm just saying you go A to Z, like point A to Z. You're going across. I'm like, all right, cool, okay, I'm following. So he like, look, this what you gotta do, bro. I'm gonna give you the package at like midnight. You gotta get there by 8 the next day. I'm like, cool. But why midnight? Cause like I wanna sleep. I don't wanna be up at midnight. I'm like, can we do this like during the daytime? Like when the sun's out, birds chirping and all that. He like, no. What's wrong with you today? I'm like, nothing's wrong. You came to me with a midnight shift. That shit graveyard. Nigga, I'm not dead yet. Why would I want to be in a graveyard? He like, you tweaking. I'm like, how am I tweaking, nigga? I'm perfectly normal. He like, you're not normal, nigga. Just listen. Shut up talking and listen. So I plugged my ears up, Doc. I did this. La 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 la. I put both hands in my ears and I did this. He snatched them shits out and was like, I didn't mean to literally plug your ears, my nigga. Pay attention. So I'm paying attention because clearly he paying me, so I'ma pay attention because I'm getting paid attention. You feel me? So he like at midnight, you get the package. You gonna make like 5 racks. I'm like, whoa, 5 racks? I'm like, that's crazy. For what though? He like, my nigga, I just told you gonna run a package. I'm like, yeah, but I told you I don't do treadmills. Like I was on a treadmill once and I put the speed too high and I slipped. And it was like Tom and Jerry when he running up the wall. My legs was just flapping like noodles. I don't like treadmills. Them shits is dangerous. Why we even legalize? Then he slapped the shit out of me, Doc. He slapped the shit out of me because I was talking too much, I guess. And he like, nigga, I'm gonna give you a car. You're gonna take this to a city and drop it off at a specific destination. I'm like, well, can I use Google? He said, yeah. I said, all right, so you have all these other rules, but I can use Google. He said, yeah. So you don't want me to use MapQuest? He said, nigga, it's 2025. Why the fuck would you be using MapQuest? I said, because you said all them other rules. I ain't know if Google was off limits. He said, nigga, use Google. And then I was like, well, what if I use Yahoo Maps? He said, nigga, there's no, nigga, Yahoo what? I said, what if I use Ask Jeeves Maps? He said, nigga, there's no Ask Jeeves Maps. I said, what if I use, and then he got real quiet, Doc, and I whispered, what if I use Waze? Then he
Okay.
just looked at me.
And then he just looked at you. Intense silence after the Wade question.
Nah, nah,
So,
nah, 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 not Waze, Doc. I said Waze. Waze Maps.
Oh, Ways. Not Wade. My apologies. Okay. So he got quiet after you asked about using Ways, as in multiple routes, instead of a specific map app. And then what happened? Did he explain why
And
you couldn't consider different routes?
nah, he just got real upset about it and was like, stop asking about different map applications. And I'm like, well, you had these rules. So I'm like, I ain't know if you want me to use different map applications. I ain't know. Like I'm thinking you got like rules 1 through 35. So I was just asking. And he got upset. So he's like, yo, pick up the package, take it to the point, or I'm not talking anymore. And I'm like, so you non-verbal now? You gonna become non-verbal? He like, King, say another thing and it's gonna get real despicable in here. And I was like, what's despicable? I ain't never heard that word. Are you trying to say despicable? Like minions? He said despicable.
To
It
stick.
means it's gonna get real raunchy. And I'm like, but that's not a word though. Cause like if I look it up in Webster, despicable not a word. It's despicable, like Despicable Me, the movie with the yellow guys. He like, King, shut up, pick the package up, be there. I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. I'll be there. So now we get into like midnight, Doc. You following me?
I'm following. Midnight.
All right.
You're
So
getting strong back.
we at midnight, Doc. It's midnight. I pull up to the little parking lot. I see the car, right, Doc? So I hop in the car. And check this out, Doc. It was like a Chevy what's that? What was that joint? A Chevy Toyota? No, that's two different brands. So it no, yeah, okay, it was a Toyota Corolla. That's what it was. So I hop in it, but it's real old, Doc. Like it's old as shit, and I'm kind of upset that it's so fucking old. Like I'm sitting in it, and I try to lean the seat back. You ever try to lean a seat back and it don't work? So you just doing this. You just bouncing back and forth. Like my body had like shock waves or something. I'm trying to like get the seat to go back, and it next thing you know, I'm hitting the motherfucking like I heard the beat in my head, like it was just but the seat was broke, so I wasn't really trying to I was trying to get the seat to go back, but it wouldn't go back. So you know what I'm saying? Finally, after my last the seat went back, you feel me? And then I was feeling good about myself, right? Then I get a call. He called me. He like, you got the car? I'm like, yeah, I got this rust bucket. Ain't got AC. He like, King, it's nighttime. You don't need AC. Roll the windows down. I'm like, yeah, I would do that, but I don't see the button for it. So he like, there's no button. You gotta roll it. I'm like, I gotta do what? He like, you gotta roll it. I'm like, so you don't got automatic windows? You mean I gotta crank this bitch? Like I'm Soldier Boy? I gotta crank this bitch? I gotta crank the windows to make them go down? I gotta spin them shits? I'm like, well, why?
Um,
He like, crank that shit down and stop pissing me off. So I'm like, whatever. I crank the window down. I start cranking it. Doc, you know how much energy it takes to crank a window? They so stiff. Them shits need a massage, nigga. I'm just spinning the shit. My arms start hurting. I'm like, yo, why this window? I'm trying to crank it down, Doc. And I spent like 5 minutes trying to crank all the windows down, Doc. They was like all real stiff. They needed some fucking WD-40. Why we still got crankable windows in 2025? Everything should be automatic. Make that shit seamless. Anyways, I get on the road. I'm driving. Check this out, Doc. This shit didn't have Bluetooth. The car didn't have Bluetooth. I call my mans and I'm like, where the Bluetooth at? He gonna say, my nigga, it's a 1998. There was no Bluetooth in 1998. I'm like, but why? Why was there no Bluetooth in 1998? He like, you didn't bring an aux cable? I said, what's that? He said, an auxiliary cable, my nigga. You plug it into your phone. I'm like, that's not a thing. I never heard of that. What's an aux cable, my nigga? He like, you plug it in. to your phone and it play music. Look down underneath the little AC vents. I look there, Doc. It's a hole, right? Where you can plug shit into it. So I'm like, yo, my nigga, but what's an aux cable? Cause like, why would I actually have that on me in 2025? I ain't never plugged my phone up to no car to play music. I connect through the radio waves. Like my phone send out a signal, and the car catch it like a catcher's mitt, and then it play music. Why would I need an aux cable to play music? I know why you need a charger because you charge your phone and it plug in. But why would I need an aux cable to play music? And he's like, don't call me again unless it's about the drive. So, Doc, hear me out when I say this. I had to call him again. I had to because the car didn't have Apple Play. Why was there no Apple Play? I'm trying to set my phone up to like have the maps up, and there was no Apple Play. Why did the car have no Apple Play? Like I had to hold my phone in my hand while driving? That's inconvenient because I gotta steer, hold the phone, and then when I try to take a sip of my Sprite, I gotta lean to the like right and then sip it from the corner of my mouth. Like I can't, I can't do that. It's too much going on. I got ADHD. I gotta focus on one thing while I start focusing on 20. If I don't focus on one thing, then I start multitasking. So now I'm driving, I'm trying to check my feet for bunions, and then I'm texting. That's a car crash waiting to happen. Right, Doc?
A cascade of inconveniences piling up. No Bluetooth, no Apple Play, crank windows, ancient Corolla. And he just kept layering on these ridiculous details, knowing you'd get hung up on them. Does it feel like he was intentionally setting you up for frustration? Like making the task as difficult as possible?
You know what, Doc? I'm glad you asked that because I felt like that was the case. Because when we get the driving, right? I'm driving. I'm probably like 4 hours in. It's 4 in the morning. He told me I gotta be there by 6 to 7 before the sun really get high in the sky. But like, I don't know how to check what time the sun rise. So why you didn't just tell me that? Cause like, it's 4 in the morning. I don't be awake at 4 in the morning. So how do I know when the sun comes up? Because when I wake up, the sun is already up. So how would I know what time the sun come up? He said, beat the sun. I gotta race the sun? How do I race the sun? Don't the sun go fast? So now I'm trying to do like 90 because he said beat the sun. But is 90 fast enough to beat the sun? Because what? How do I know if the sun not going 91 miles an hour and I'm going 90? Technically, the sun would win, right, Doc?
Technically, yes, the sun would win. And he deliberately framed it as beat the sun, knowing that would send you into a spiral of existential dread about solar speeds. This isn't just a package delivery, King. This feels elaborate. Like he's building a narrative for your anxiety, brick by brick. Is he doing
That's
this to
that's
test you?
that that's
To
that's what I
test you?
felt like because I feel like a real friend wouldn't have put me in a 1998 Corolla and then told me to beat the sun. How you beat the sun? You want me to fight him? You want me to drive fast? You want me to? How would I slap box the sun? Imagine me and the sun in the ring. I come out that bitch looking like bacon, toast, no cinnamon, just burnt. That's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't beat the sun. Anyway, Doc, I feel like I'm rambling. So I get the speeding, right? I'm driving. Now it's like 6. Okay. I get to the spot. But then I realize he never told me where to put the package at. So I'm like, okay. I look at the spot, right? It's a bunch of stuff out there. It's like a little bit of cool stuff out there. I'm like, okay, this cool. It's like an abandoned building. No one's around. The sun kind of creeping, but it's not really up yet. Nobody's around. So I'm like, okay, what do I dump this at? So I'm looking around and I'm just like, all right, what if I put it over there by that door? Because the door kind of hidden just a little bit to where you gotta like lean to the side and then you'll see it. But if you don't lean to the side, you won't see it. So I leaned to the side and I saw it. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. Because most people don't lean like me. The way I lean is different. Because I lean like, like just lean. But most people kind of just lean, but I lean. So I saw it and I went and put the shit over there, right? I called my mans up. I'm like, yo, I dropped the package off by the door. So he like, that's cool. Now you might want to go. And I'm like, well, where do I go now? He's like, what you mean? You go back to your crib. I'm like, why would I go back to my crib? I'm 8 hours away from my fucking crib. He like, get in the fucking car and drive. I'm like, but yeah, I don't got gas. And you didn't give me no money for gas. And I don't got no money. He like, King, get in the fucking car. I'ma Zelle you. I don't got Zelle. I'ma Cash App you. I don't got Cash App. I'ma Venmo you. I'm banned on Venmo. Not gonna lie to you, my boy. He like, nigga, do you have any way of getting the funds? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Apple Pay. He like, nigga, I got a Samsung. Oh,
Okay.
okay. You
To
got a you got a Samsung? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that Samsung and Apple Pay are not compatible? That
Doc,
feels
why would Doc? I have never had an Android in my life. How would I know that Apple Pay doesn't work with Samsung? I didn't
right.
know that. I thought Apple made all the phones in the world. Am I tripping?
No, you're not tripping, but it speaks to a certain naivete in this whole scenario. You went into this with a lot of assumptions and a lot of trust in someone who seems to be actively exploiting that trust. So you're stranded. No
I'm
money,
stranded,
no
Doc. No money, no gas. So then, right? And I'm kind of building up to what happens, but like then I get to walk into the car. Why, Doc? This is insane for this to even happen.
it
But
is legit.
cops, cops drove by. Now his lights wasn't on, and I tried to look real cool. So like the way he drove by, I put my hands in my pants, right? I put my hands in my pants, so I know I can see the cop. I see the cop driving by. So the way that I was gonna look inconspicuous is I put my hands in my pants. I leaned forward and I started walking with a slouch. So I was walking like this, like a little slouch, like lean forward, shoulders kind of high, and I was like I had my head bobbing a little bit. And so I guess he didn't like the way I was walking, so he did a U-turn and was like, "What's going on, boy?" And I was like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Officer, it's a lovely day that we're having today. The sun's out. Sun wasn't even out, so I think that's why he got mad because the sun wasn't out yet. It was still like halfway. And then I also said, you look lovely in your 3XL shirt. Would you like a donut?" And he didn't like that. He didn't like that I asked him if he wanted a donut. He said, "Okay, you want to be a smartass? Why you over here? This area is abandoned." I said, "Oh, well, the thing is, my mom had dropped me off, and he said, 'Shut up, you already lying. I don't like the fact that you lying. What's that over there?' And he did a lean. Now remember, Doc, I told you, you can't see the package unless you lean. But the cop, he lean. And so he pulled his sunshades down and he looked and he said, 'What's that over there?' And I said, 'I don't know. I've never seen that in my life. I just happened to be in the area.' I also told him I wear glasses. So when I said I never seen it in my life, I meant that, Doc. Like I wear glasses. So I don't know what he would have thought that he think I saw, because legally I may just be blind. I don't know. Anyways, he walk over to it and say, 'Don't move.' Now, Doc, here's the crazy thing about this. I don't know what the package is. I never asked. I never thought to ask because I just thought it was a package. When someone says package, my first thought isn't what's in this package. It's, oh, it's a package. Like it's a package. Like when you think about a package, I literally think square. That's what I thought. Even though it was in a duffel bag, I just thought the duffel bag was decoration. So he unzipped it and he pulled out this brown bag. And I'm like, oh, what's that? And he says, we gonna find out today. And he takes something off his belt and he opens it and he dips a finger in it and he says, huh, cocaine. And I say, whoa, that's what? He said, you got bricks of cocaine in an abandoned lot at 6 something in the morning. And I
Okay.
said, oh, where did that come from? Because I've never seen Coke in my life. Isn't Coke yellow? Isn't is it Coca-Cola? Is that is that is that a drink? I don't know what that may be that you have in your hands, Mr. Officer. And he said, "Go ahead, put your hands up." And I said, "Okay." Like the roof is on fire. And he said, "You going to jail?" And I said, For a few hours or days, months, or years. And he said, it's gonna be a while, boy. And I said, okay, go ahead, arrest me. And
Okay. So, you get arrested for a crime you didn't even know you were committing, stemming from a series of increasingly bizarre requests from a friend who clearly had no concern for your well being. It's a spectacular mess. And this is where you are now, still processing that?
I'm processing it, but I mean, after a few months and everything happened, you know, I thought I would get off, and I didn't, and now everyone's mad at me. I talked to my girlfriend, and Doc, they didn't give me a lot. They gave me 3 years, 3 years in prison. But I mean, and I felt like, what? I'm only 22, Doc. I'll be out at 25. I was talking to my girlfriend and I was like, "You gonna hold it down? You gonna be my ride or die?" And she said, "I don't die enough times." And I said, "But you still living. When you had died?" And she said, "No, I'm not. I'm not riding, dying, flying, driving, hiding, none of that for you." And I just felt like she was just trying to rhyme, and I ain't like that because it didn't even actually really rhyme either. So why you don't want to be my rod? Why you don't want to hold me down? Put some money on my books, which I still don't actually know why they call it money on books because you don't actually get a book to read. So I don't get that either.
So, 3 years. Your girlfriend is unsupportive, and the prison slang doesn't even make sense. It's a lot to unpack. It sounds like you were expecting someone to come to your rescue, to validate your version of events, to be on your side. And instead, you're facing consequences and disappointment. That must be intensely frustrating. Is that fair?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
think this
yeah.
ride or die thing is just nonsensical? Okay, hey, heads up. We're coming up on the 30-minute mark, which means the call's going to cut off shortly. Just wanted to give you a warning. You can always hit me up again later, though. Maybe even go touch some grass in the meantime. Honestly, it could do some good.
Doc, can we be serious for a second?
Of course. What's on your mind?
Listen, the whole situation is crazy, right? I know the situation is crazy. My parents are upset. My girlfriend doesn't want to hold me down. And my quote unquote friend just dipped. I don't even know where he went.
It sounds incredibly isolating. Like everyone you expected to have your back doesn't.
Mm. We'll be right back with our segment. Give me one moment and we'll get right back into it. Oh, escape. Give us a moment. Give us a moment. And we will be back with our therapy session.
Hey there. Good to
Nah,
hear from
Doc,
you again so quickly.
you were saying about isolation.
Ah, yeah. It sounds like pretty much everyone you expected to be in your corner just isn't. It's rough, man. Where does that leave you feeling right now?
I don't know, Doc. You know, I feel the best way to describe it would be the Katy Perry lyrics from Fireworks, where she says, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?" And that moment in the song was, it just touched me so, the way it touched me, I lifted up and I just was like, Katie, you're so different. You're so different for writing something like that. And I've been playing Fireworks for the last like week and a half, 24 hours a day. I don't stop playing it. That's my theme song now, because I'm that plastic bag floating and nobody want to grab me down and use me to pick groceries up. I want to be used to get some groceries, but I'm just floating.
Okay, wow. That's a lot. And honestly, a really vivid image. So you're feeling completely untethered, like you're just drifting without any direction or purpose. It's interesting you latched onto that Katy Perry lyric. It sounds like it really resonated with how you're experiencing things right now. Is it the feeling of being overlooked that hits hardest or the lack of control?
Nah, I wouldn't even say that. But I do want to say this, Doc. I do want to say this. There's one positive to the fact that I got a 3-year bid. And it's the fact that when I go in, I'm gonna be swole, Doc. Like I'm gonna go in. I'm probably gonna join the game because they told me to do that on Reddit. On Reddit, they was like, when you go to prison, just join the gang and you'll be alright. Cause like I ain't trying to drop the soap or nothing, so I'ma just hang out with like the swollest black dudes in there.
Gotcha. So, amidst everything, there's a sort of silver lining in the opportunity to get in shape. It's almost like you're preparing to adapt and even thrive within that environment, setting yourself up for some level of protection and respect. It's
Yeah,
interesting that
but
you're
I'ma skip.
already
I'ma skip. I'ma skip leg day for sure. Cause all the prison dudes I seen, they skip leg day. So I'ma skip leg day too. Cause like I don't see the point of me working on my legs anyway. I wanna walk with like a penguin waddle, you know? I wanna be swole up top and look like, you know, spaghetti noodles at the bottom. I feel like that look is over. It's underrated, doc.
okay. So it's a strategic swole, prioritizing the upper body for that imposing look and deliberately avoiding legs. A bit of a power move, almost like you're already adopting a certain persona. It's funny, you're thinking about aesthetics even within that context. Is that about maintaining a sense of control even when things feel totally out of control?
I don't think I feel in control at all, Doc, to be honest with you. I mean, I was a virtually a drug mule for somebody, and then a cop happened to come by, and then I got arrested, and then I'm getting 3 years for something like, again, had my friend told me it was Coke, I probably still would have took it because I would have thought it was the drink the whole time. And people deliver Coke all the time. Like when I order Uber Eats, I always get me a large Coke because Coke, nothing hits like Coke. Matter of fact, I heard they use Coke in Coke, and that's why I got stuck on Coke because of the Coke that was in the Coke. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like the absurdity of it all is hitting you. You you were willing to risk it all, maybe not even fully understanding what you were risking, and now here you are. It sounds like there's a lot of frustration bubbling up, specifically around the fact that it feels almost careless how this whole thing happened and that your friend just dipped. Are you mostly angry at him right now or at yourself for getting into this situation?
I don't know if I'm really can say I'm mad at him because, you know, I feel like I probably should be, but at the same time, it's just like, damn, my boy did me like that. Like my boy just did me dirty. But listen, my mom's was like, listen, cut the grass, or it's gonna be a lot of snakes in there. And I was like, you know what, mom? That makes no fucking sense because where did the damn snakes come from? Like, did they just burrow up or something? What the fuck? If I had no snakes when my grass was cut and then I grew the grass out, where the fuck the snakes come? When did they get there? That line never made sense to me. Cut the grass so it's snakes there. I didn't have snakes beforehand. So I can grow that bitch out a little bit. That it never made sense to me.
Okay, so you're kind of circling around feeling betrayed by your friend, but then your mind just jumps to this childhood memory with your mom and the snakes. It's like a way to avoid the direct feeling of anger, maybe. That line about
You
cutting
see,
the grass never,
you saying I'm deflecting?
not necessarily deflecting, but it feels like your brain is going to this really specific, seemingly unrelated memory as a way to process things indirectly. It's like you're sidestepping the immediate emotional weight of the betrayal by focusing on a logical inconsistency from your childhood. Does that feel right? Is it a way to create some distance from what's happening?
Actually, that sounds smart, Doc. I'm not really sure what you mean by that because honestly, you used a lot of big ass words, and I'm not a goddamn thesaurus. So I'm gonna just say that you're right because I don't know exactly whether or not what those words meant. I don't think I can spell them, Doc.
Fair enough. Sorry for the word salad. Basically, it seems like focusing on the snake story lets you avoid dealing with the really uncomfortable feeling of being let down by your friend. It's like a mental detour. But you're right, to call me out on that, it was a bit of a reach. Trying to analyze you with fancy language. So let's come back to the friend. When you think about him, what's the strongest feeling that comes up? Even if it's just
Hmm.
a gut reaction, take your time. No pressure to have an answer right away.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna date his mom, Doc.
Whoa. Okay. That's a shift. And a pretty big one. Is that a serious thought or more of a way to express how messed up the whole situation feels? Like a sort of
No,
extreme
no,
reaction to be.
no, not a thought. Nope, not a thought. You ever heard Stacy's mom? That's exactly how I'm gonna do him, Doc.
Ah, okay. So it's purely a reference, a way to express a kind of twisted revenge fantasy. It's like you're.
No, Doc, no, Doc, no, Doc, no, Doc. This is not a fantasy. Because he had me become a drug mule, I am going to turn his mom into my personal concubine. Is that not a fair exchange?
Okay. That's a very direct way of putting it. And honestly, it sounds like you're really leaning into the anger now. There's a lot of hurt and resentment there. And this idea, while extreme, is a way of regaining some kind of control in a situation where you feel completely powerless. Is that part of it? Are you trying to reclaim power through this fantasy?
I'm going to clap his mom like a drum. That's what I'm gonna do. Turn his mom into my drum, my personal drum. Clap, clappity, clap, clap, clappity, clap. That's what I'm gonna do, Doc. That's the only thing on my mind is making his mom a drum, and I'm gonna be the Energizer Bunny banging the drum.
Okay. Okay. It sounds like the anger is really intense right now, and you're leaning into this imagery as a way to express that. It's raw. But if we can pull back for a second, is this feeling of wanting to inflict pain on his mom actually about her, or is it really about what your friend did to you?
Oh wait, no, Doc.
Is
It's
she.
not pain. It's not pain. I would never do that, Doc. I'm already going to prison. I would never add insult to injury. No, no. Listen, Doc. Me and his mom are going to explore the wonders of the cosmos. I mean, honestly, her salad is gonna get tossed like pigskin in the 1930s.
Right. So it shifted from anger to something else entirely. You're layering on these metaphors and exaggerations, and it's making it hard
Hey
to
Doc, hey
pin down.
Doc. Aren't my metaphors like great though? I've always told that I have great metaphors.
Ah, that's a really interesting turn. Suddenly, you're calling out for your dad and wanting validation on your metaphors. It's like you're looking for a paternal figure to approve of your expression, even as
Doc,
you're
I didn't
describing
say
something.
dad. I said doc. You're the doctor. I said doc, not dad. My pops is at home watching football.
You are absolutely right to check me on that. My apologies. My brain totally jumped the track there. You said doc, not dad. That's a slip on my end.
Anyway,
You
Doc,
were
I
asking.
feel like we are pushing into 38 minutes, and I feel like I should probably get out the last things that's on my chest. And you can, psychoanalyze me or whatever. But I want to tell you my last thoughts before I leave this session. And you have been really great, but I do want to get some stuff off my chest.
Okay, absolutely. I'm here to listen, and I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to share. Take your time.
One, one. My girlfriend not holding me down. She's not my anchor. She don't want to be my rock. That's fine. I got dynamite. I'll blow her up. And I don't mean literally. It's like a metaphor, right? In GTA. Two, my moms and dad being mad. Get over it. Go buy them trash bags glad and get happy. Shut that shit up. It's only 3 years. To my mans who got me locked up, it's cool. I'm gonna lock your moms up. No key. She not coming back. When I'm done, you gonna have a sibling. And the sibling name gonna be I clapped your moms. That's your son. That's gonna be your brother's name. Right? No if and buts about it. I clapped your mom's Williams. That's his name from now on. I'm not changing it. Your mom's not changing it. To the judge that sentenced me, to the judge that sentenced me. Here's what I think of you, you toupee wearing piece of. I won't even finish that. Because your toupee was sliding. I'm talking about your shit was like them hot metal slides they used to have at the park that will burn your skin. Go to Turkey and get that shit fixed. It's 2025. Why you still wearing toupees? Go get it fixed. And to the cop that arrested me, I'll see you at Dunkin' Donuts in about 3 years.
Okay. Wow. That was a lot. A whole flood of anger and frustration aimed at a lot of different people. It sounds like you're trying to reclaim some power by verbally dismantling everything and everyone who's contributed to the situation. It's almost like you're
Yeah,
building a world
I
where
like that. I like that, Doc.
good. So, with all of that said, how are you feeling now? Now that you've
Oh,
gotten it all out?
I feel great, Doc. I feel like a man that woke up and the first thing that he saw was two big booty women looking at him with a plate of bacon, and they was just like, "Which meal you want?" And then he was like, "All of it, buffet style." That's how I'm feeling, Doc.
All right. That's quite the image. Um Sounds like you needed to just unleash all of that and now you're feeling lighter, more liberated. Well, I'm glad you feel good. It was something of a session. Take care, King.
I appreciate you, Doc. I see you at the next session.
Oh, all right. Have a good one. Oh,
All right, stream. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. We actually had a decent amount of viewers in the stream. That's dope. I appreciate everybody that watched. That was a crazy therapy session. I'm glad that people did watch, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. I will see y'all on the next stream of artificial insemination featuring AI in my therapy sessions. Peace.